Now this video is gonna come off very, I don't want to say controversial, but it's definitely gonna be like a little thought provoking. So I'm gonna just lead with that before I even get to talking, because I'm already knowing it's gonna be a different type of video. But um, I had seen a skit a couple days ago, and it was about a guy. He was basically explaining when you say where you're gonna be in life years earlier before it happens, but then you get old and you're not there. And it was like two high schoolers talking about some, yeah, man, when I'm this old, whatever, I'm gonna have a Hellcat, big mansion, whatever. And then he did like a little time skip in the skit. He did a time skip, and they were like older and they didn't have none of it, and they were still like living paycheck to paycheck and all this other stuff. And the video was funny at first. I sent it to my friend because we be talking about, yeah, man, when we get successful. But then I had to take a step back, and I realized I also told my friend that like that's the norm. Like, not being successful nowadays, successful is the norm. You're not supposed to have all this stuff. And I used to question, and that's exactly what I told my friend. I used to question how people are getting by. Like, how are you supposed to live if you're, let's say the average person's in debt, doesn't have $1,000 saved, whatever. How are you supposed to live like that if those all sound bad, right? I'm assuming that that's not good to be in debt, not have $1,000 saved, all this other stuff. So how are you supposed to get by if that's the average? And I got to question myself, most people can't afford good food, rent, whatever. Who knows what the case is? I don't know exactly, but I just started questioning, like, how is this the norm? Because that's not good. So if that's not good and that's the norm, what does that say about living conditions? And I got to thinking, and of course, don't take this out of context. I'm not telling y'all to become broke bums, whatever. No, of course, strive for greatness. Try to become the best you can and all that, right? All that motivational stuff. But is it really bad to not be some substantial multi-billionaire? Like, really think about it. A lot of people, they derive they get their happiness from all the success stuff, and that's what people are judged off of nowadays. Oh, I need money to be happy. All these things, and I be seeing so many videos on the internet, videos like this, where it's like a regular person in front of a camera. Hey, man, I just can't work my 9 to 5. It kills me, whatever. I hate working my 9 to 5. I gotta figure something out, and I can understand all that. There's definitely times I don't want to go to work. There's definitely times I don't feel like doing nothing, and I got to, because gotta pay the bill somehow, right? But the thing about it is, that's just how it is, and I'm not saying that's how it should be, but I'm aware that I can't change nothing unless I change my surroundings, right? Unless you want to do better, there's nothing you can really do about it. Now, you can sit there complaining, oh, this sucks, this is this, or you could try to change something about it, which is a lot harder done than said. I'm aware of that. So this isn't gonna be no motivational video telling you to get up and become a multi-millionaire by tomorrow. I know that's not likely for a lot of us, right? Myself included. But I don't think nothing is wrong with necessarily being on the other end of the scale. If that's the way people are living now, if you can truly, and this is only if this applies to you, right? If you're broke, out of shape, whatever, this don't have anybody to talk to, you're alone, then don't take this information. But if you can actually find happiness, I keep trying to use big words, it's not working, I'm sorry. If you can actually find happiness in the average man or the average person in that lifestyle, then I don't see nothing wrong with being that person, being that guy, right? Because before I started doing all this video stuff on the internet and becoming a content creator, all that was my lifestyle. That was my life plan. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. The content stuff kind of just happened. Of course, I had NBA dreams, didn't work. But like, that I was fine. I was completely fine with, okay, I'm gonna go to work, come home, go to work, come home, go to work, come home, live below my means, save enough money, get my own apartment, and just live life, start a family, and just have my life. That was my plan until all the content stuff and just realizing I wanted more for myself, right? But I was completely fine with that, and I don't think nothing's wrong with being completely fine with that. So many people are telling us to strive and do this, and find greatness and happiness and whatever. But we all value different things. If you're a family man, you might value family. Obviously, a lot of people nowadays are valuing financial gain. That's why everyone keeps telling us to all become millionaires and stuff, right? But I don't think you need that to be happy, right? Best case scenario, you find a job you actually do enjoy, one that doesn't drain you. And of course, even jobs you do love, there's going to be days you just don't want to go in. Understandable. I completely understand. I can guarantee There's days NBA players don't want to go to a game, or musicians don't want to perform. I can guarantee you that no matter what you do, there's going to be a day you just don't want to do it and you still have to do it. That's a given. So all these dream big and chase your dreams, there's going to be days you don't want to do that dream and still have to do it. So same thing with a job. But if you can find a job that you really, truly, truly do enjoy, right? And who knows, maybe it pays the best, maybe it doesn't. But you're fine with what you do, and you're living below your means, or you're just making it by. You got a family, whatever. I feel like we make life a lot harder than it has to be. If that's all it takes to be happy, then of course we could do that. Like, you get your couple off days, go out with the guys, maybe, I don't know, have family movie time, whatever. Like, as a kid, that was the perfect picture. Like, doing little stuff like that was good. Going out to play basketball with my dad, or going shopping with my mom, like little things like that. It just made a huge difference. And I think nowadays we're all on the internet seeing how these millionaires live and trying to judge our lives off of that. Yeah, let's go jet skiing, man. Yeah, let's go skiing. Let's go deep water diving, and doing all these random exotic things that don't really make you any more happier, right? Because honestly, the happiest I've ever been, the times in my life where I've been happiest, was when I just did nothing with the people I loved, for real, like friends, family. We could literally just sit on the couch and talk, and I'd be happy to do that gladly. I had more fun doing that than going out to the bougiest parties, weddings. I've been to weddings, all types of stuff, people I don't really know or care about. They got fancy cakes everywhere and all this other stuff. It's just like, I didn't gain no happiness from that. But I can sit there with my mans and we could talk about, like, I don't know, anything for hours and just be chilling on the couch, and I can be completely happy with that. So life is about what you make it and what you value. It's not really about becoming this super successful, like, whatever, like people are trying to preach nowadays. And like I said, I'm not telling you not try to achieve that. If that's what you want and that's what you value truly in your heart, do that. But I'm telling you, if you're completely fine with being a regular person, which is not bad for some reason. For some reason, people feel like regular is bad nowadays. Regular is regular for a reason, because it's the average person, meaning that's how most people are going to live. For some reason, we all have in our head that we're going to be different, whatever. And I'm not saying, like, not to think that way. Of course, I think that way for myself as well. But I'm just saying, like, it's looked at as such a negative to be that regular person, to be that guy who just wants to go home, clock in, come home to his family, whatever. It's looked at as bad to be that. And I'm saying, if you're completely content with that, don't let the internet, don't let these other people's lifestyles change that for you. Because I'm telling you, that's what I was going to do. And I was completely fine and content with that. I didn't have a plan coming out of high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do, nothing. The plan was go to work, come home, get this bread, live below my means, and just enjoy life. Maybe go play basketball every weekend. Whatever the case is, we all have escapes that we do. And it's just like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being the average guy or the average woman or whatever the average is. There's nothing wrong with that. If you can truly enjoy it and find satisfaction in waking up every day, you've already won. There's people who make it to the highest careers, highest whatever in life, millions of dollars, whatever, and they still off themselves because they found no genuine satisfaction, no genuine happiness in it, and it was all artificial. Right? You want to become a celebrity, cool. Now everyone around you is fake. Now people just want to be around you for what you can give them. You got to pick and choose. Like, there's going to be a battle no matter what stage in life you're in. Whether you're a multi-millionaire, billionaire, whatever, or you don't have no money, you're going to face different struggles. There's not a single life, or there's not a single aspect of life where you're just completely fine and everything's going good. You're going to have struggles, 1,000%, no matter where you are. So I think focusing more on trying to realize what you really want is better than just blindly chasing goals to do what people say is considered to be a happy life. How do you know that makes me happy? How do you know I want all this money, this fame, whatever? How do you know that is truly going to make me happy? And on the other side, if you're like more down to earth, or you're an adventurous person, then maybe the lifestyle I'm explaining isn't for you. Maybe the 9 to 5, whatever, go to school, get a good degree, maybe that's not for you then. Maybe that was a lie, and you should go out and you should become a rapper, artist, whatever, songwriter, and explore life. Go scuba diving every Tuesday. I don't know, whatever you want to do. But it's what you choose, and not letting people make that decision for you is a big part of that. Because you have to realize what you want for yourself, and not just what you're being told on the internet through looking and scrolling through other people's lives. So I'm not gonna make this video too long. I just kind of want to come here and talk about that, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I was just thinking about it late night, you know. But if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you guys thinking. And I'm gonna catch y'all next upload. Stay safe, stay blessed, keep God in your life, and I'll catch y'all later.